So the entire world has been waiting for today. Today is November 5th, 2024, which means it's election day. This is when the majority of people in the United States are now casting their ballots for who they want as the next president of the United States, who they want as their senator, their state representatives, and so on and so forth. Well, today is a big day, and the world is waiting. Now today, I want to address what it's going to take to get certain candidates to the top, to the 270 votes. That is what they need as far as the next president is concerned. So I'll address that in just a moment. We'll also discuss when you could potentially learn who the next president of the United States is. Will it be today when all the ballots are counted, when the voting closes? Will it be tomorrow, the next day? Or will we have to wait potentially a week to get the results? Well, I'll break all that down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing, and it takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates, and now let's begin. So here's what we know at this time. The world has been waiting, but how is the world preparing for a possible Donald Trump or Kamala Harris victory? Well, they're doing different things. Some of the world wants former President Donald Trump to win. Some want to make sure that the border is safe, that the economy is strong, businesses are growing. And then the rest of the world wants to see Kamala Harris win. They want to make sure that obviously people have their own rights. They want to make sure that we aren't price gouging, right? There's a lot of stuff here. But who will win? That's what we don't know yet. Well, I want to show you this. What we now know, okay, the final polls, I want to show you some things, okay? This is what we are expecting if things stay as is. Look at this right here.
So walk us through, Rick, what each candidate needs to do to win.
Yeah, so this is our what-if scenarios. We're assuming that the blue states stay blue and the red states stay red. The easiest way for Harris to capture the presidency, she takes Michigan, Wisconsin, and then Pennsylvania. That's 270 electoral votes exactly. That's exactly the number that she would need. On the other hand, Donald Trump has some paths that run through the Sun Belt. If he's able to end up winning in Nevada and Arizona out west, then he can just hold Georgia and North Carolina in the South. He puts him just one state away. The biggest target, again, Pennsylvania. That's the one that is most likely to determine the presidency.
Keep in mind right there, Pennsylvania is likely going to be the state that determines the next president. Will it be Kamala Harris? Will it be former President Donald Trump? We don't know. Again, it's going to be very close. Now, I want to show you this other video of when we could potentially see the results. Because again, some states have already been, counting the ballots as of this morning. Okay, but just listen to this right here, and this will explain.
North Carolina and Georgia. Why North Carolina and Georgia? The polls close early there and they count rapidly. Both states have gained population since 2020, and they have that complex combination of urban, rural, and suburban voters that both campaigns are going to be looking at. Georgia officials said today 70% of the vote could be put out and made available for public view within an hour of the polls closing. Let's move to the upper Midwest, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Of the three, Nora, Michigan will come in more rapidly. Why? Because under state law, they can now pre-process the early vote, which means they can have that counted much more rapidly than Wisconsin and Pennsylvania. So in the 11 to midnight hours on the East Coast, that's when you'll start seeing real results from Michigan. Wisconsin and Pennsylvania will lag a bit. As a son of the West, I can tell you the polls close on time there. It just feels late here on the East Coast. Nevada and Arizona will be coming in comparatively later. Lots of early vote in both states. And in Nevada, if your mail ballot, Nora, has a postmark of Election Day, it can be counted as late as Saturday. So if the margins are very close out west, it could take a day or two.
That was really...
So there we go. So we just saw that, yes, some are going to be able to release their information very quickly. But other states, they might have to start counting the ballots, like Pennsylvania. Okay? Again, this could be one of the key states. This could be really... It could all come down to Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania could come in days later. Like they're saying, that especially over on the West, it could come in as late as Saturday. You know, we're voting on Tuesday. Today's Tuesday, November 5th. But we may have to wait a handful of days just to see the results. So this has many people speculating as to what happens if this is the case. And keep in mind, okay, this is supposed to be a very tight race. That's what everyone is predicting. Because if we look at this right here, okay, and again, this is if the blue states stay blue, the red states stay red, okay? That's what the numbers are going to look like. These are the electoral votes: 226 for Kamala Harris, 219 for former President Donald Trump. Now, here's the issue though. If one of the states flip, so a blue state turns red, a red state turns blue, then the battleground states might not matter as much. This is why some people are speculating that this could be a disaster. Okay? And also keep in mind of one other thing. The FBI and law enforcement officials have been warning the people of their states, okay? The cities, especially major cities, Seattle, Los Angeles, New York, okay, Atlanta, okay? People are being warned that protests could break out if their state flips to the other party. So, we're going to see what happens moving forward, but I just want I want you to be aware of what we are now looking at. Again, today's election day. We are going to have some results today. We'll have the majority today and tomorrow, but we could be waiting several days for the end result. And this is where many law enforcement officials are saying this is where the protest could come, is because they could have to delay the entire thing. Delay the announcements. Okay? So just be aware of that. Now, later on today, I will address more of this. Most likely today, I will talk a lot about the election, simply because that's the big thing. Everybody wants to know who is going to be the next president. Who will it be? Will it be Vice President Kamala Harris? Will it be former President Donald Trump? Could it be somebody else? Possibly. But again, those are the two front runners that will likely lead the race. So, we're going to see what happens moving forward, but that is what we know as of today. So again, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.